Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Leila, one of the most anticipated characters for global players, as a lot of global players has been telling me for quite a while now in the comment section of my videos that they are saving up for this character, and for good reason. She does a good amount of stuff that is beneficial to herself and to the party, but we'll get into it here in just a bit. Now, one thing that I do want to mention is that the original banner that came out in JP had Vanille's LD weapon as the LD to be reran. But seeing as how we did get Vanille with her C90 early, I'm not entirely sure if they are going to rerun her LD weapon or not. I guess we'll see what happens when the actual banner gets released. But for the focus on this video, we're just gonna focus on Leila and what she does, provides to the party, etc, etc. So as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. Let me know what your overall thoughts are on Leila, if you're gonna be pulling for her, if you're gonna be passing up on her, whatever it is, do let me know down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's cover up what she does exactly and whether or not you should pull for her overall kit. Leila's skill 1, Thunder 16, is a 4-hit AoE Thunder Magic Brave, plus an AoE HP attack 3 times that deals split HP damage, and grants the Big Sisterly Boss buff for 8 turns, which grants the party a 25% attack up and a 20% max brave up. Her skill 2 is a 6-hit distributed Thunder Magic Brave, plus an AoE HP attack 2 times that grants her overhead Swashbuckling for 6 turns, and hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Her overhead provides the following: a 100% evasion, a 40% attack up, a 40% max brave up, a 30% party HP damage resist up. It also has a built-in lock that makes the enemies target her and overrides the targets that are inflicted with the lock debuff. And it also prevents KO if HP is at least 50% of the max HP. Now, her EX ability, and with this slide right here, this also includes her EX extension, and the same goes for her C65. Her EX ability, Lightning Turn, is a 8-hit Thunder Magic Brave, plus an HP attack 3 times that deals 50% splash HP damage. It increases the recast speed by 20% and inflicts the Dazzle debuff for 4 turns. The Dazzle framed debuff has a Thunder Resist down, a 30% Brave damage down, and a 30% hit rate down, all built into this framed debuff. Her C65, that lasts for 5 turns, provides the party with a 40% HP damage resist up, a 20% attack up, and a 20% brave damage cap up. Her LD ability, Detonator, is a 4-hit AoE Thunder Magic Brave, plus an AoE HP attack 4 times that deals split HP damage and grants the Storm Surge buff for 12 turns. Now, this buff provides the following: a 30% party brave damage up, 20% party HP damage up, a 20% party stolen max brave overflow up, and a party HP regen by 10% of the max HP. Also, after any party member attacks with an HP attack, it increases their brave by 10% of the HP damage dealt once per turn. Now, whenever she evades an attack, it triggers the counter attack order, which does the following: she does a party HP heal based on 40% of the max HP, increases the party's brave by 200% of her own attack, and grants a turn immediately after the attacker and moves allies right behind Leila with those specific turns granted that will not increase the turn count. Now, her call abilities does the following: her first call ability provides the party with a 20% attack up and a max brave up for 3 turns. Her LD call ability provides HP regen that restores HP by 10% of the max HP, a 20% stolen brave overflow limit, a 20% brave damage dealt up, and a 10% HP damage dealt up. And then finally, her 7-star armor is attack keystone that increases her brave damage cap up by 15% and max brave cap up by 15%. And if you do decide that you want to blue out her 7-star armor, she will increase her brave damage cap up by 35% and max brave cap up by 35%. So is Leila worth pulling for in her upcoming banner? Now, I know the obvious answer is going to be yes for many global players, seeing as how many global players have been waiting to pull for her overall kit. But for those who are wondering why should I pull for her? Well, the biggest thing about her is the fact that she has her own built-in evasion within her overhead, if I'm not mistaken. And with that overhead is so strong at the fact that, you know, even if you pair her up with a tank, everybody's going to attack her, and that's about it. Aside from that, whenever she does evade an attack, she heals. She is able to provide Brave to the party, which is a very good amount that she actually does provide. And she has turn shenanigans where she basically jumps in the turn order and she will go first, followed by her teammates right behind her. So it's actually not a bad ability to have, and you get that from her skill too, which is not bad at all. But at the same time though, you definitely want to have her LD buff active to trigger the party HP heal, the increase in the party Brave, and to be able to have those turn shenanigans. So regardless of you having that overhead, you still need the LD ability to make her overall kit work together. Now, I do want to mention one thing, and that's the fact that she doesn't have party evasion. If she had party evasion, she would be very, very good. And don't get me wrong, she does become extremely good on her release, and she is very much viable for a very good while. And the only reason why I say this is because there is a small content creator, which I'm going to list their playlist of them, or of him, using Leila in so many Lufenia Plus fights and going into the Shinryu era. Now, of course, she did not last the entire Shinryu era just because, I mean, like, the damage output for her is not there. And of course, when it comes to the Shinryu era and the fights, you know, depending on what fight you go up against, like how much HP damage you need to deal, the amount of turns, etc., you know, just a whole bunch of things. He struggled, not really struggling in like trying to completing the actual Shinryu fights, but for how long it actually took for him to actually complete a lot of those Shinryu fights. So that's when, you know, once you get into the Shinryu era is when you need to consider maybe actually looking for other units that do have some type of evasion, or at least some party-wide evasion. Like a character that comes to mind that I actually enjoy using during the Shinryu era is going to be Edge, because Edge, via his EX ability, does have party evasion. They do extend his lock in the future, and then with his LD ability now providing counter attacks whenever he does evade, is actually a great, well, not, I can't say entirely great, because I mean both of them do deal different things, but like he is a great, I guess, like quote unquote replacement to have during the Shinryu era, at least from my own experiences. So and the other thing that I do want to mention is the fact that, you know, even though she doesn't have party evasion, she does have the ability to be able to reduce any type of incoming HP damage from any type of AoE attack. So, and especially with having that C65 active on Leila, she is able to help reduce the amount of HP damage that is attacked onto your teammates even more. So that's another thing to note about her with that. So is she worth pulling for? I would say yes. If you are needing yourself a strong evasion unit, she is not a bad character whatsoever to grab, and she can pretty much like hold you off and help you out a very good amount if, you know, if you're the type of player that is worried about getting hit or whatnot. In the upcoming, like, what, few months of Lufenia Plus fights and into Shinryu. And again, make sure to check out the playlist that was done by Sinewave. Like he literally has about 30 recordings of gameplay during this Lufenia Plus era and into the Shinryu era, you know, showcasing how she actually performs. So you can be the judge of that with gameplay as well. So, but other than that though, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And of course, if you guys did enjoy it, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.